Welcome back. Welcome back to Highly Unapologetic, the podcast. We're on episode number 18.
18.
Yep. Episode 18. We're 2 away from 20.
Yep.
We are probably about 13 or 14 more than I thought we'd get to.
You thought we get like 2 or 3 in?
Yeah, I thought we'd get 2 or 3 in, kind of fizzle out.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't like it, or I'd be so frustrated I wasn't able to, figure all the things out.
Yeah, gadgets and stuff.
Yeah, and
I'm glad we have you for that.
I just throw my hands up in the air and say, forget it, and move along to something new in life. But here we are anyway, close to number 20. And
I'm excited about that.
Just doing some things.
About 30, 40.
Yeah, maybe we should do something for our 20th episode.
Right?
Maybe we should have the Jimenez brothers back to do the pizza episode for the 20th episode. If they'll answer my text. I texted them. I'm trying to get them back here.
Yeah.
You know who else I text?
Who?
Jonesy.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you say?
He's scared.
He's scared.
I think he's scared.
Jonesy, is that right? You scared? You scared, Jonesy?
I texted Riley while I was at work.
Uh-huh.
Said, hey man, we should do a back to school episode.
That'd be cool.
And he goes, you and Steven? And I was like, you? He goes, I don't want to.
Yeah, he's not looking forward to it, right?
That's so today I got him in the car and I was like, man, why don't you want to do it? And he goes, my voice. I was like, you sound like a kid.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
You sound like a kid? No way.
He sounds like a kid.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the deal is. But anyways, he didn't want to do it, so I'm not gonna force him. But a couple things right off the top. Gotta get some things out of the way, man.
Yeah.
First of all,
Get off your chest.
First of all, as everyone who listens regularly knows, we're on a 40-ounce to great strike.
Yep.
He worked a little overtime last week with me. We actually got to talk for longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Had a shift change last week. So
y'all are on opposite shifts, so that
okay. He's the me on the other shift.
Got you. Okay.
So he worked over and he had some headphones on and he was bumping something.
Bumping it?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, cool. What you got going in there? He was like, I just got some new music that I've been my music.
Right.
I was like, okay. Send it to me.
Man, that brings up a question. Rappers or musicians listen to their own stuff? Bump it like that?
Mm-hmm.
I can't picture
40 bumps his stuff in his car.
Nah, that'll work. I just can't picture Jay-Z cruising, listening to Big Pimpin'.
That's because Jay-Z knows he sucks.
True,
so
right.
He's not going to listen to it.
That's a good point. Bad example. All right, let's go with Eminem.
Okay, yeah, that's better. So I told him, send it to me. Send me your stuff, man. Mm-hmm. And he sent me 8 songs. I messed with it.
Good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably 6 of them. I liked a lot.
Those are good odds. I'll take 6 out of 8 all day.
Yeah, it's 75%?
Yeah.
So not bad. Jason's on a couple of them.
Of course. Featuring
Jason. Yeah, Jay the Young. And he went hard on a couple of his verses.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that I want to hear.
Jason, look, and I mean this with no disrespect attached to it, but Jason he's funny. And he's funny because a lot of the stuff he does is kind of corny.
Okay.
Okay? Am I wrong here? Jason's funny because some things are just corny.
Yeah.
He does corny real well. And he knows
he's good at dad jokes.
Yeah, I think he knows he's a little corny.
Yeah.
And so, the first few songs that I heard of him, well, the very first song I heard that he was featured on with 40, it was pretty good. And then I heard another one. I was like, I don't like that verse. It's kind of corny, whatever. But he walked through my house the other day, and I was like, yo. Heard some of your new music, and I was telling him about it, and he goes, "Oh, that's old music." I was like, I said, "Well, I haven't heard it, so it's new to me."
Yeah.
I said, "Dude, you went hard." He goes, "You think so, man? Thanks." I was like, "You didn't do that on the other tracks," and he goes, "You think so?" I can't remember what he said after that, but he was not pleased. But anyways, yeah. So,
he was happy to hear it though.
Yeah. And so I told old Joey, send me the edited versions
Right.
of these songs, or one of these songs that you like, the best, and
Yeah.
we'll put it on here.
Oh, there you go.
Let our listeners hear it for the first time,
Yeah.
whatever.
Give him a little teaser.
So he's going to do that. So I guess you could say we are officially off the 40 ounce the Great Strike.
It's over. We crossed the picket line.
He's our friend again.
There you go.
Yeah, we knocked down the Berlin
40 ounce.
Wall.
Good to have you back.
Good to have you back, Joey. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. So that's first.
I'm looking forward to that.
Second,
Uh-huh.
got a big announcement to make.
Uh-oh. This is what I've been waiting for.
I texted you earlier today.
Yeah.
Big announcement.
How's that? Tell me.
Not gonna tell you because I want you to look in that camera while I'm telling you, because I want your reaction.
My genuine reaction.
Yeah, I don't want the forced fake
Yeah.
excitement.
Oh, really?
I want the real excitement.
Okay. Dang.
So I cannot fake it anymore.
Oh, man.
I've been faking it for, I guess, since we did the episode where I declared Paul Wall the best white rapper.
What episode was that?
I don't remember.
That was 2 or 3 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And I ran with it.
Yeah, you did.
I don't believe it. And so here's what happened. Okay.
Bro, but you trying to make some arguments.
I'm a good faker. So anyways, last week we had the top 50 come out. Mm-hmm. We called my brother out, and I find I consider myself a music aficionado.
Yeah.
Buff. I know a lot of music.
Right.
I feel like my tastes in music are pretty top notch.
Yeah.
No one ever complains when I've got the aux cord usually.
You trust your judgment?
Yeah. And so last week, we called my brother out.
Yep.
For not knowing who Black Thought was.
Right.
And so he dropped an episode today.
Oh.
And he goes, "Man, I got an angry text from my brother." And he goes, "Usually, used to, if he would say something about, hip hop or whatever, he goes, I would take it serious, and I would listen to it or whatever." And he goes, and I stopped doing that once he decided that he thought Paul Wall was the greatest white rapper in the.
You lost all credibility. Is what it was.
So when my musical tastes start being questioned,
right,
I gotta jump off this. Jump off this
the Paul Wall bandwagon.
I wasn't even on the bandwagon. It was just a skit. It was just a
man.
It was a ruse. I don't think he's the best.
Man, you had me listening to this stuff over again, and I'm like, man, let me take another listen. You know what I mean, man? What am I missing here?
So I need to come clean, listeners. Paul Wall is not my favorite white rapper. He's not the best white rapper ever.
So who is?
However, let me just say this: it's not Eminem either.
See, that's where we differ.
Look. I'm a big fan of Eminem.
You got to be, because if you're not,
I love Eminem.
You're gonna be in question again.
and let me just say this, okay? My favorite white rapper doesn't mean my favorite's the best.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
That makes sense. He's your favorite.
He's just my favorite.
Right. That makes sense.
Eminem probably is the best.
Right.
But like I said, I'm holding firm to his beats are corny. The ones that Dre did, they're corny.
Yeah, I don't believe you, but
go on. Did you say you don't believe me?
Yeah, I don't believe you, but go on.
But so that's that. He probably is the best white rapper. However, he's not my favorite.
Okay, that's a good. I'm glad you differentiated between the two.
So the gentleman that you heard when you were walking in, here that I was bumping to,
yep.
That's him.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And you've been bumping him for a while? Yes. I mean, we were talking about how his first album came out. What did you say, 2001?
I probably found him in 2005 or 2006.
Okay.
I know it was before Riley was born. But Aesop Rock.
Right.
Not to be confused with ASAP Rocky, but Aesop Rock.
Those still seem too close for me.
Well, ASAP Rocky needs to figure it out then.
Yeah.
Because he was here 13 years
I was going to say, if it's been that long, then he obviously wasn't.
But anyways, so here's the real deal, guys. Aesop Rock, Eminem, the guys from the Beastie Boys.
The guys from the Beastie Boys.
That's my top.
But you gotta so he spells it like what? AESOP, and then obviously rock. Aesop Rock.
And the reason I like him is he's got a good flow.
He did. I mean, I said that as soon as when I walked in.
He's got a good voice.
Yeah, true.
He doesn't sound like a nerdy white rapper.
Right.
And he has a vocabulary that's out of this world that rivals Eminem's.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Eminem is a lyricist. He's a vocab. He's in the dictionary, whatever. And I was telling you before we started recording, a couple years ago. I say a couple years ago. It's been a while. One of the magazines, I don't know if it's Vibe or The Source or Rolling Stones. I think it was Rolling Stone. Did I guess they did a research or whatever.
Try to rank them
about rappers' vocabularies and most unique words that other rappers aren't using in their raps. And Eminem was number 2.
Right, and that was my guess for number 1.
Right, and that would be anyone's guess who listens to the mainstream rappers.
Right.
Aesop Rock was number 1.
That's crazy.
He has just a crazy vocabulary, and I like it.
I mean, it's good they did that research to figure that out because you
would never know.
I'd never know.
But now you know who Aesop Rock is, and you're going to go home and listen to it because you came in.
It sounded good when I walked in. I didn't know who that was.
So there's that. There's the big announcement. Paul Wall, you're out. I was just kidding, everybody.
Yeah.
Jokes.
Paul Wall probably got excited for a little bit. So you think somebody showed him our podcast and was like, "Hey man, look, you got one." Sorry, buddy.
Hey, you finally got one, guy. Sorry, man. Sorry, but
keep doing your thing, though. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's that. Third, let's just get into the topic tonight.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is we teased it last week.
Yeah.
And then I got some.
We had some good combo.
We had some good combo about NFL safeties.
Right.
And I didn't even mean to get into a convo about it.
Yeah.
It was an example of why lists are so great.
Right. That's true. Yeah. I forgot about that.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
And we got some feedback.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Good feedback
on Facebook. So we got some feedback from Albert.
Yeah.
Albert Leva. Got some feedback from a gentleman named Justin Geary.
Right.
I hope I didn't mispronounce his name.
That's how I guessed it.
I believe he came over to start listening to us from Top of the Dude channel, so we appreciate you listening, Justin. But we got some feedback from him in regards to...
Man, I love the audience feedback, listener feedback.
That's my favorite, man.
Same here.
And while we're talking about that, shout out to Josh.
Yeah.
Wajardo. Dude, I love those text messages, man.
Yeah.
I love the way he did it, man. He busted my balls,
right?
And then he loved on me.
It's like when you roast the ones you love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy, blah blah blah, right? And then at the end, it's like, no, in all seriousness,
yeah,
love you.
Yeah. So shout out to Josh. Appreciate that text, man. Yeah. And we're open. Hey, even if you hate us, text me and let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I want the feedback, honestly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if I don't like it enough, we can square up. But
yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
Don't
be disrespectful with me.
Honestly, I was waiting for some of the petty committee to drop a line my way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had lines.
Ready?
Yeah.
Do you have them in your notes? Copy and paste them.
I had to just go to my clipboard and paste them over. But that never happened.
I'm always ready for these guys.
So, I mean, you have to be.
Yeah.
Because if you're not on your toes, they're going to get you.
And Jesse got my back on Facebook.
Good, so. I imagine if they come after the podcast, Jesse will take the podcast back too.
Right. Yeah.
So, that's whatever. So, Jesse, come back.
Right.
Baby, come back. But yeah, I want to get into these safeties again, man, because we teased it last week and didn't even mean to tease it and got all the feedback.
Yep.
So, that's what I want to do.
Let's do it.
And the feedback was from Albert Leva.
Uh-huh.
Ed Reed, number 1, no question.
That's what Albert said, right?
Yeah. Albert Levis said that.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not taking back what I said last week. It's 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah.
Interchangeable.
You're always using the letters.
I don't.
It's like you can't make a decision.
Okay, you know what, Jones, you're 2. Okay. Because, and I'll tell you why. Side note, real quick. Daniel texted me.
Oh no! About Sunday?
Daniel texted me. He goes, "You didn't hear this from me, so I may have to bleep Beep's name out." Jones had a drop, and another one. He goes, "Oh, you heard about the one at the tournament too?" And I was like, "Yes.
Yeah.
So Jones, you're number 2, man, because that's like 4 drops in the span of like 2 or 3 months,
which is crazy, honestly.
It is.
Maybe it's in his head now.
It is crazy when I've only had one in 37 years.
Right. No, there's no.
Shout out to Sonic, man. We're gonna start tagging them because we drink them every time we start to record.
Hey, I'm stopping. Who's stopping? Who's making the Sonic right now?
I made it last week. Steven made it this week. I won't make it next week. So, Unsweet Tea.
Maybe we get some sponsorship going out here.
Yeah.
Right.
But Steven texted me what I wanted. I want an unsweet tea with a lime wedge. He goes, man, that's a whole lot of grossness in that one cup.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Had to, and every time too.
Yeah. So,
but that's funny too, like because Daniel was even saying I was standing next to Daniel when Jones had that drop, and he first thing Daniel looked at me, it was better tell him. And it was funny too. We talked about it afterwards. Like Jones, it was down the middle, and he jumped for no reason, and he didn't have to. And I mean, he hit his hands, but like he jumped.
So if he wouldn't have jumped, it would hit him in the chest.
Well, I think he probably would have caught it. I think the jumping part was, we kind of talked about it afterwards. Like there was somebody coming downhill, and so he was trying to, I think, use his body just as like a shield, which is smart. I mean, people do that all the time. But he jumped, and there was no contact or anything when he was expecting it. Yeah. I think that's what threw it off. But that was funny. That first thing Daniel did was look at me.
That's awesome. Daniel. Daniel's about to come start working with me again. I can't wait, dude. I'm excited.
Same shift? Or you don't know?
Daniel's trying to do night watch. So he'll be there Sunday night through Thursday night, overnight while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
But I'll stay awake a little bit and converse with my pal.
Yeah, that'll work.
And but yeah, I'm excited about him coming back. But anyways, safeties.
Man, I could talk about. We could do probably 22 episodes, I think, on each position. I'd be fine with it.
I guess kickers wouldn't be in the 22, right? Because I don't really feel like talking about them.
I wouldn't talk about kickers.
It's McAfee, and then after that, it's
Justin Tucker.
I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
But McAfee's fun.
McAfee is fun. Have you listened to his podcast?
I haven't.
It's great.
Good. I think you mentioned that before too. But I mean, I follow him. You know what I mean, on social media, and
his podcast is pretty funny. But anyways, like when you get into safeties though, like after my 3, you got a handful. You can just start naming.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like
because you mentioned Ronnie Lott, you mentioned Brian Dawkins,
and Ed Reed,
right?
1, 2, 3, interchangeable. Right. I don't care. I'm not going to fight with you.
It's an easier conversation when we're not worried about numbers. Like if we can just, like you said, you know what I mean?
If I can make a list and be like in no particular order,
correct.
That's easy.
Yeah, that's a funner conversation
because you can
more fun.
More fun. Yeah, fun is definitely a word.
More fun.
But that's the easy part when you can just take one and just throw them in a pile, and it's in no particular order, which is kind of what I like to do. But first things first, talking about this, I don't think we're talking about Ed Reed, Ronnie Lott, or Brian Dawkins sharing the number 1 position if Sean Taylor's still alive.
Yeah.
If Sean Taylor's still alive, he's 1 above them all.
Really?
Oh, he was a dog.
So you think that we'd be talking about those 3 as 2A, 2B, and 2C underneath a number 1 of Sean Taylor?
Right.
Dang.
I said it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the dude was a beast. I watched
even at Miami.
Yeah, well,
and I told you.
Yeah.
A few episodes ago.
Right.
I've never liked Miami. I don't like people who come out of Miami. Like.
Well, see, I think I think it was on the show, but I was the exact opposite. But it's because I brought up before, like I've been a tight end my whole life, right? And back in the day, I mean, Miami was. They would call tight end U, right? because with Jeremy Shockey, Kellen Winslow, Greg
Olsen.
Olson, and more too that I'm not naming, you know.
Right.
And I love Miami, but I love their attitude too. That was kind of, you know, I was kind of the same way, same with that swag and talk mess in your ear, you know.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I watched him at Miami, and the dude was a beast.
Oh, he's a monster.
And to see him progress even
Into the pros.
right, because we've seen that dude was a beast in college, right? And then nothing happens. But this dude was on another level.
Right. So do you agree or disagree? Sean Taylor.
Man, I don't know that I could say that.
I mean, it's subjective, of course. Like you can't take. How long was he in the league? 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
you can't. You can't.
He didn't get a full career.
Oh yeah, definitely not. You can't. It's hard to say. Okay, he was good for 4 years,
Right.
5 years.
That's funny in my head, like, because we argue this all the time about me being like a Biggie and Pac fan, right? And then they're like, well, they didn't have big enough, you know what I mean? And I'm using that same argument against Sean Taylor,
Right?
Because I'm like, man,
Yeah.
he didn't get that full career.
No, I
like
get it.
Ed Reed and them,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
man, I miss the days when these safeties used to lay the wood like this too, man.
Yeah, we're getting into a day where the NBA can't touch nobody.
Right.
The NFL, you can't touch nobody.
Right.
Baseball, you can't have collisions on the plate.
Right.
I mean, we're getting into.
And you used to be able to baseball.
Oh,
I've seen the catcher, runner and catcher before, but
Right.
you can't. They're
do
changing
it.
that now.
Yeah, you can't, and like the rule is weird. I gotta look up the specifics, but you can't block the plate anymore as a
catcher. You got to put your glove in the
Right. You have to be off the base path, and
That's whack.
you cannot leave the base path to collide.
That's whack.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, get in the way.
Like if he's got the ball and he's coming in to make the tag, you have to stay the course. You can't go out to collide to make him drop the ball. You have to stay in
the runner.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
So, and it was, I want to say it was the Buster Posey rule because he blocked the plate and he got mowed over and his legs got caught up under him and he broke his ankle and he broke it really bad.
Yeah.
And it was gross. But you can't do it no more. But like I said, you're getting into the age of sports where I mean you touch somebody and it's a foul or a penalty or an out or safe overturned.
Yeah, I was talking about that the other day watching. I'm a huge fan of Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
I watch it every year. It gets me in the spirit of like. To me, the season doesn't start until the first episode of Hard Knocks, and
that's weird.
And yeah, I mean
Football
preseason. But Hard Knocks is to me is like the kickoff for some reason. I just love like the whole, backside of the games. You know what I mean? There's the practice and the coaches and they talk to specific players and they're talking to a rookie, Jonathan Abram. I think that's his name.
Who are they doing this year?
The Raiders.
Oh, okay.
Gruden.
Oh,
and so Jonathan Abram, I'm pretty sure his last name's Abram. Anyways, he's a rookie safety. And Gruden had to get on him over and over again about hitting in practice because he was ruffling feathers.
He is hitting it.
He is hitting.
And they're telling him not to.
Correct. Like lay up, you know what I mean? And pull up, exactly. And so obviously I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
But man, dude, Sean Taylor was so fun to watch, dude.
So you're a fan of the big hitting.
I'm a fan of the big hitting. We talked about Ed Reed being like a ball hawk, right?
Right.
That's great, obviously.
So then if you have to pick Dawkins and Ed Reed, who are you taking?
For my franchise, I'm taking Ed Reed.
Okay.
I'm taking Ed Reed.
So
I'm thinking with my head, not my heart there.
So you don't really like the hard hitting, you like the interceptions. Got it.
No.
Because I'm taking Dawkins.
Right.
And I'm going to hit you hard and recover the fumble.
Yeah. I mean, you're picking between the two. I get it.
Same result.
Right.
But it's more fun to watch a hard hit than a fumble.
Gosh,
I love watching forced fumbles, dude.
Yeah, I know you're
on a hard hit.
Right.
Some of these little
put the helmet on the ball, or you're trying
some of these little rinky dink like
ripping
strips and rips and whatever. Okay, that's cool and everything, but I'd rather see him with the ball and that ball go flying.
Yeah. Well, dude, they showed that same thing on Hard Knocks. Did one of the rookie DNs try to punch that ball out, and I'm not talking like he tried to like nudge it out. He busted his hand. He broke the bones in his hand because he missed the ball and got the dude's helmet, I think.
Oh, nice.
And he just swung haymaker.
And that's crazy because they're trained to do that.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's like in second nature to them. Yeah. And I don't remember learning that.
I don't either.
You know what I mean?
I don't either. But I was a quarterback too, so I wasn't trying to knock the ball out of my hand.
True.
But, yeah, so we get past 1, 2, and 3. We get past Sean Taylor. Who are we going with, man? Because there's a whole lot from our era, and I'm going to call our era late 90s into 2000s.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And up to about 2010.
Right, 2010.
11, 12, maybe.
Yeah.
And you could go, and here's how I like to judge them. And this is completely opposite of how I judge GOATs for baseball.
Okay.
So for football,
like your criteria is different?
My criteria is different.
Okay.
My criteria for football is if I got to watch them. If I didn't get to watch them, they're not going to make my list because I don't know that.
Hey, how do you? You know what I mean?
Because the eras are different.
Right.
Back in the day, running backs were worth something.
Right.
Running backs today aren't worth anything.
Right. There's the top 3 in the league, and everybody else is the
same. Because quarterbacks are throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game. Running backs are only getting 15, 18, 20 carries.
If a running back's getting 20 every game,
that's the workload for them.
Correct.
So, if I didn't get to watch an NFL player with my own eyes, I can't judge and I can't say he's the greatest.
Okay.
Baseball, I think Babe Ruth and Willie Mays are the greatest players ever.
Okay.
Never got to see him play.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So how do you get to that decision starting from, all right, who's your best player? And you're like, all right, man, let me think about this. And how do you pull out Babe Ruth or Willie Mays?
Because you can take advanced baseball stats and you can go back and integrate them into the old players. Okay. Like there's a stat in baseball called wins above replacement.
Wins above replacement.
And this is how many wins one single player is accountable for in a 162 game season.
Okay.
The top right now is Mike Trout. And you're talking about yearly. Right. The number's like 12, 13.
What?
Yeah.
So this isn't just a pitcher stat then.
Well, pitchers have WAR too.
Right.
But this takes into account every aspect of the game.
Okay.
Hitting, defense.
Right.
You know, it's an advanced stat.
Okay.
So now you can take that advanced stat and you can go through all the other stats for players 100 years ago.
Right. And determine that number for them.
Right.
Okay.
And, you know, Willie Mays. Everyone's going to say Babe Ruth.
Right.
Yeah, he's 2 for me. Willie Mays is number 1 for me.
Right.
And stupid Mario, he gets mad at me because he's a big Barry Bonds guy.
Right, he is. I've seen that.
And I don't mess with Bonds because Bonds was real skinny when he started his career.
Yeah.
And he got real thick real quick.
Real quick.
Like
he had some help maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of help. But
so my question with that is you don't take into consideration like, you know, now when people argue GOAT for basketball, one of the things is competition because of the size of the player, the speed of the player, the strength of the player. I mean, I feel like Babe Ruth was in nowhere near the same shape as like Mike Trout is or like Bryce Harper.
If Babe Ruth was built like Mike Trout,
right?
Mike Trout wouldn't be able to touch Babe Ruth.
Right. So what if Babe Ruth was playing today, built the way he was then?
It wouldn't work.
Right.
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Well, I take that back too because the technology and the bats.
Technology and the wooden bats?
The bats, the juiced balls. You know,
but the bats are wood.
I'm aware, but they're cut different.
Okay.
I mean, I guarantee.
I mean, I don't know baseball, so I'm not.
You look at a bat from the 1930s and
Yeah.
you look at a bat today,
Yeah.
they're going to be two completely different things.
Right.
But the balls are a lot different these days. And it might work out not in Babe Ruth's favor because a pitcher has so many different pitches he can throw.
Okay,
now.
so I was going to bring it up.
So a pitcher where where 70 years ago he's throwing a fastball, a changeup, maybe a curveball.
Right.
Man, today they're throwing two kinds of fastballs,
right.
two kinds of changeup.
4-seam, 2-seam.
4-seam, 2-seam.
Yeah.
You got a circle curve.
Yeah.
Or a circle change. You got a regular changeup. You got a breaking ball. You got a slider. You got a knuckle curve. You got a slurve.
Yeah.
You got all these.
Slurve, yeah.
Slurve is a slider and a slider and a
I've seen
curveball.
that.
And you got all these different pitches that make the ball move different ways that they weren't doing 70 years ago.
Right.
And so where Babe Ruth is, coming back from the grave today to step into the box looking for a fastball, he's going to get a knuckleball.
Right.
And he's going to look stupid.
Right.
But, he was built on beer and cheese dogs and whatever else.
Amen.
I ain't mad at him for it.
Here.
And he had that swing. Come on, man. You can figure it out real quick in today's baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why, I'm okay not watching players I didn't watch.
Okay.
And being able to anoint them the best.
Right.
Football, I don't know, man.
Football is different. I mean, you're right. I mean, obviously they don't have, what'd you call it, a war?
Yeah.
That's a nice stat, though. I'd never heard of that.
Yeah.
So just literally just right now.
Sabermetrics is for nerds, man. And I like it. Guess I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
But, man, the advanced stats in baseball are fun to look at. And a lot of like big, huge baseball fans hate sabermetrics. They're pointless. They're pointless.
Why? Just because they say that it's taking the sport out of the...
I don't know. They just... Yeah. It doesn't really tell what it says it's telling.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's baseball nerds they're a fickle group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I feel like most sports fans in general are fickle.
Cowboy fans are not fickle. They are
unwavering, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
And then that's why.
When was the last time you won? Oh, it's been 20 years. 23 years. So you're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Dang right.
Yeah. So anyways.
Safeties. So we mentioned Sean Taylor. Obviously, Ronnie Lott.
Ed Reed. Dawkins.
Right.
So now I'm getting into Troy Polamalu.
Yeah. That's so.
He's in my top 10.
Yeah. Justin Geary. Right. Yes. That's who it was, right? Had me thinking too. I'm like, man, he's right. Like, who did we miss?
Right.
And Troy Polamalu was the first one I think that popped out to me.
Troy Polamalu. What was it for the Patriots? I just lost his name.
Harrison. Rodney Harrison.
Yep.
Woodson. He brought up
Charles Woodson, and I want to get to him and Rod Woodson both here in just a second. But I would put them in top 10, top 15.
Right.
And I'll tell you why if I drop them into the top 15 here in just a couple of seconds. But Harrison, Polamalu, Darren Woodson, got to watch him play.
Right.
Good.
Yep.
Steve Atwater.
Yep.
When I was in high school, I've said it before, I didn't really have an affiliation, but I watched the Broncos a lot. And Steve Atwater was one of my favorite players. So I'm putting him up there. And then it pains me to do this because of how soft the NFL is right now.
Right.
But Cam Chancellor is up there.
Dude. Another one we forgot. Man, I like watching that dude play. Like you said, I mean, that's when it comes, like you said, the ones like to lay the wood. You know what I mean?
He loves
those are the ones I like with my heart.
Right.
But then I think with my head, I'm thinking turnovers.
If I'm being completely 100% biased, Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah,
because he likes to lay the wood too.
I mean, he was good for sure.
His hit in the Super Bowl on Cooks,
right?
Dog, that hurt me, and I'm his fan.
On here, yeah.
Earl Thomas, I wouldn't put him top 10 yet. So we did that. We did that rap list last week.
Yeah.
And we said Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Are we really ready to put them there right now?
Kind of early.
Yeah. Same thing with Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do it yet.
Right.
But I will. I'll get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? One name that was thrown out when we were having this debate at work was Merton Hanks. Do you remember him?
No.
Do you remember for the 49ers when they were battling the Cowboys every year in the playoffs and whatever?
Yeah.
This dude had the longest neck. He looked like a stinking giraffe.
Who's this?
His name is Merton Hanks.
Another Google session.
We'll do Google segment right here, but he would be on my list. My mom was not a fan of Merton Hanks because he did this stupid little dance and it looked like he was having whiplash. But he was good.
Merton Hanks.
Yeah.
Dang, this dude does got a neck though.
I told you.
Is this not stretched out?
No. You know how they do over there in the African tribes where they do stretch the neck out?
Yeah, with the rings?
Yes, that's exactly what he
No, man, you're right. Look at this.
He was good.
You can't see this at home, but Google Merton Hanks.
I don't remember if he laid the wood or not. But I always remember him making plays.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Against the Cowboys.
That's the thing that I like with safeties, I think, is they're just football instincts in general. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're always around the ball.
One thing you can say about safeties, more specifically strong safeties, is you could probably plug them in at a linebacker too, like a weak side linebacker.
Yep.
And they wouldn't miss a beat.
They're a little bit smaller,
Right.
but a little faster as well.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So give me some more names, man.
Yeah, so I was doing that Google segment as you were talking because you brought up Steve Atwater, and I remembered him. I remembered seeing him on the list that I looked up, and I was definitely surprised. I wanted to kind of go through here and see where they placed everyone that we were talking about, right?
Right.
And they put Ed Reed at 7.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So once I got to that,
You knew the list was stupid.
I had to know who they had above Ed Reed.
I bet Joe Budden made that list that you're looking at.
Yeah. So Joe Budden, number one safety of all time. Yeah. So they actually have. So they have him at 7. And
Right.
Obviously I'm not going to read this whole thing, but they have reasonings as to why. Right.
I think I looked at that article as well. What year was that?
This article.
Yeah. Because if I'm remembering correctly, that was
2011.
okay. See that's why
You're right. Dang, I didn't even look at that until you said it. You're right.
So,
gosh,
Ed Reed wasn't the GOAT in 2011 yet.
Right.
He was getting there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but they did have Steve Atwater right at 6, right above him.
Yeah.
And then Troy Polamalu at 5. But again, the year could definitely have something to do with this. Man, now I want to find a.
The thing I liked about Polamalu was his hair.
His hair, yeah. Oh man.
If I had Troy Polamalu's hair,
yep,
I'd probably be the happiest man alive. And here's the thing about it, man. I love my hair.
Yeah.
I have great hair.
Yeah, you do.
I have a beautiful
I mean, you do love your hair.
head of hair. And you agree that I have a great head of hair. That's what you're saying. So, no, but for real. But Polamalu, man, he was fun to watch just because he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Like
he had a motor, dude.
Dude, he was a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I saw a video the other day. I kind of just was that, I don't know, maybe this is one of the whole Facebook, like, listening to what we're saying thing.
the algorithms.
Yeah, exactly. Because I saw a video on Rodney Harrison, with the Patriots and his leadership. And I liked how he went in. He was like, even in practice, making everybody better, He was like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to play football.
Right.
And then I ran into a video of Troy Polamalu doing his whole jump over the line timing thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we've never seen
Ever.
before or after that. Who's doing that?
I don't know if Mario was serious, but he put on the podcast Instagram page that Polamalu was better than Dawkins.
Okay.
And I don't, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. I mean he's got an argument.
He does not have an argument.
No,
No.
I think he's got an argument.
Dawkins was better. Stop it, Mario.
Maybe this is one of those like you got to see him play. I mean, you saw him play way more than Troy Polamalu, I'm sure.
I watched them both, man.
Yeah, but
That
you're
was-
watching.
see, that
most
was-
of the Eagle games, no?
That was back when I actually really, really cared about football.
Okay.
Right. And so I was watching as much football as I could.
Right.
Palomalu is good, man. Top 10
Yeah.
good. But he's not better than Dawkins.
Right. Okay. I disagree. But
Wait. So where do you put Dawkins?
I put him in my top 10, maybe top 12. But no, I got to say easy top 10. You're right. But I would probably put him more so
Like
8, 9, or 10.
8, 9, or 10.
Correct.
Wow. That's low.
So I would move him down a little bit.
Okay. But so you're putting...
But I'm putting Troy Polamalu above Dawkins.
Are you putting Harrison above Dawkins? Are you putting...
I would put him in the same...
Are you putting Charles Woodson above Dawkins?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I got beef with that. Are you
So
putting...
maybe I'm putting too much stock in ball skills, right?
Are you putting Rod Woodson above?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then you can't put Charles Woodson above him.
Why not?
Because...
Longevity.
No.
He's the Jay-Z of safeties.
No. They were actually good at safety. And I'm okay with them being in a top whatever conversation.
Right.
But they were cornerbacks for a majority of their careers, both of them.
Yeah, but in order to move that skill set, that takes more skill, I think.
No, stop it. to move to that skill set, you have to get older.
Right.
Okay.
That's true.
So if you're a free safety and you're getting older, you're not moving to cornerback.
Right. No, that's correct. Because you're losing a step. You're not gaining a step.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so here's my beef with Rod Woodson and Charles Woodson being placed above Dawkins is they only played 4 or 5 seasons at safety.
Yeah.
And they played the rest of their 9, 10, 11 years at cornerback.
Okay, so maybe that's part of the when you bring up watching them play.
Right.
You got to think about like our age difference. Maybe that plays into it. You know what I mean? Because I'm watching football a little bit later. Obviously, I wasn't watching it as much in let's just say 96, 97, 98, right? Because I'm 6, 7, 8, 9 years old or whatever it is. So when I was watching them, when I got more into actually watching the game, they were already at safety.
Right.
So maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I did get a more recent ranker.
Okay, let's hear it. Ed Reed is number 1. I know it is.
They have Ed Reed at number 1.
Right.
They have Ronnie Lott at number 2.
Okay.
Right.
I'm okay with it.
At 3, they have Troy Polamalu.
Nope.
At 4, they got your boy, Brian Dawkins.
Switch him.
See,
I'm okay with Polamalu at 4.
Okay.
Like I'm way okay with it.
Yeah, right. And Brian Dawkins at 3.
Right.
Because then at that point they have the same top 3 as you do.
Yeah, everything falls into place.
They still have Sean Taylor at 5.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a good list.
Where and I'm gonna take my midnight green goggles off right now. Where is Darren Woodson? Because if I had to pick a favorite Cowboy of all time, it's 2 safeties that used to play for the Cowboys.
Darren Woodson and Roy Williams?
No. Roy Williams was trash. And Roy Williams cost us a Super Bowl breaking Terrell Owens' foot that year.
The hoist collar, yeah.
Brock Marion. Do you remember Brock Marion's the one that tackled T.O. on the Star?
No, that was Jeff Teague.
Was it
not
Jeff
Jeff Teague? Jeff Teague is
he's the best
NBA. Yeah, but it was Teague though.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Brock Marion.
No, yeah. Teague was a beast back in the day. Number 31.
Brock Marion.
Yeah.
And Darren Woodson.
Yeah.
Are my 2 favorite Cowboys if I had to pick a Cowboy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like Darren Woodson obviously,
but I would put Darren Woodson in a top 10.
Yeah. Man, see, they don't even have him on here.
That's nuts because he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they got after Sean Taylor, they have Rod Woodson at 6, Charles Woodson at 7,
okay,
Steve Atwater at 8.
See,
then they have Then they have John Lynch, which
he's top 20.
Dude was good.
Dude, he's top 20, and I'll say he's top 20 when I start filling in spaces with the Tatums,
right?
The players that I didn't get to watch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you have to throw them in somewhere.
You do. Yeah,
you can't just make a list and forget that these guys played.
There's a previous era.
Yeah, that they've been playing football since the 60s and 70s too.
Well, so at some point we got to go with the people that did watch them and trust
and
trust them. But see, a little bit I think is wrong with I think a little bit of that is going into this list because they have Earl Thomas at 10, and I think that's premature.
Right.
They have Cam Chancellor at 12, and again, obviously the dude's a beast.
Right.
But they also have Eric Berry at 13.
Man,
that's rough.
That is rough. But he kind of gets the Sean Taylor treatment for me. He could have been so good.
Yeah, if he didn't miss the year or whatever
if he didn't miss all those years.
Right. I think he only missed a year or two.
Yeah, but he was fragile too.
Right.
He missed a lot of a lot of games and seasons for other injuries.
Right.
But he could have been real good.
I'm trying to find Darren what's on this list, dude, and he's not.
And that's disrespectful that you're not finding him because he's a Hall of Famer. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
maybe they have him on the. That's crazy. I don't know. I looked twice. They do have Malcolm Jenkins in here.
Malcolm Jenkins isn't better than Darren Woodson.
Right.
Yeah.
They have Bob Sanders here at number 20. Bob Sanders is one we're missing though.
Okay, so here's my thing about Bob Sanders, man. He liked to lay the wood.
Yep, sure did.
And he liked to lay the wood, and he was a smaller safety.
Yeah,
he wasn't a
shorter. He's stocky though.
Short and stocky.
Yeah.
But his stats are his interception stats. I mean, when you think about Bob Sanders, to me, I really only remember him having like maybe 3 or 4 good years.
Right.
All all consecutive with each other.
Right.
But
like he found his groove or whatever. But then kind of he got hurt too though, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was pretty fragile as well. But I like Bob Sanders for those 3 or 4 years that he was good.
He did his thing with the Colts for sure.
But I'm not going to put him in a top 25.
Right.
I'm not going to put John Lynch in a top 25 either, even though John Lynch was good.
Right.
But you just
Man, I wonder how many of us and our listeners fall into the trap of ranking though based on who we saw.
Yeah.
I feel like most people would do that. But then you talk about GOAT for NBA, right? And people will say Jordan because everybody else says Jordan.
Right.
Whether it's true or not, we don't have to have that discussion today. I don't care. I just mean, it's Michael Jordan. You never saw him play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everybody else says Michael Jordan, so let's go with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's ESPN force fed.
Exactly.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right.
But when I was looking at the list as well, I didn't recognize a whole lot of the names.
Right.
That were taking up spots on players that I thought should have been there.
Right.
But
somebody's putting them there. You know what I mean? That maybe researched a little more, maybe saw a little bit more.
Right.
And I think a lot of us fall into that trap.
Probably older.
Yeah. Right.
Now, I will say this. You probably could take a few positions, and I would bend my rule. As far as I didn't get to watch them play a whole lot, but
like Jim Brown
being one of them, Walter Payton being another one,
right?
Running back for sure,
right?
Quarterback for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny. Why though? Right?
I don't know, man.
And you know what? I don't know either. But how are we wired that way? Like again, maybe that's feedback we can get from our listeners too. But why do we? Because you're right. I mean, I say Jim Brown, you say Walter Payton, right?
Right.
And I feel like nobody's going to disagree that they're obviously in the list of top running backs, right? But
running backs is actually my second favorite to discuss about football. Safeties is
number one.
Safeties is number one.
Okay.
Because here's what I like to do. I love debating running backs with Cowboy fans.
Because Emmitt Smith.
He's not the best running back ever.
I agree with that.
He's out of the top 5 for me.
Okay. Now you lost me. Back up. Okay. We're not allowed to record us squaring up on this.
I mean, we got these cameras and they move.
Yeah, you think Riley can walk around with the camera?
We just have to stay in the frame, Yeah. But when you talk about running backs, I'm going Jim Brown.
Okay.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah. God, dog it, man.
Walter Payton.
Barry Sanders, dude. It's so funny. I find it so selfish that he that he quit early.
Put him on the Cowboys behind that line, and you would have never heard of Emmitt Smith. You see, if you put Emmitt Smith in Detroit, And
so flop rolls, same years, right?
You would have never heard of Emmitt Smith.
I don't think that's the case.
I do think that's the case.
But I think that easily makes
Barry Sanders the best.
The best running back of all time.
Right. But let me give you my top 5 because Emmitt's 6.
Jeez. Okay, so Jim Brown,
and this is in no particular order.
Fine, yeah.
Okay.
I think we both prefer it that way. Sorry, guys.
Jim Brown.
Right.
Barry Sanders.
Yep.
Walter Payton.
Yep.
Eric Dickerson.
Okay, yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Oh, gosh.
There you go. Emmitt Smith after that.
So, you know what's funny is, like, yeah, you talk about bending the rules, and how many of those did you actually get to see play on a regular basis? LT,
Barry Sanders.
Okay, I guess that's our age thing.
I saw Eric Dickerson in the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't.
I was born in 82, so I'm 8 years old.
Jeez, I'm kidding.
So I was watching Eric Dickerson play for the Rams.
Yeah.
I was watching
with his goggles
and his Jerry curl.
Yeah.
I was watching Eric Dickerson play for the Indianapolis Colts.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you?
Yeah. I know he played for the Colts, but
those were my top 5, man.
And then Emmitt at 6.
Emmitt at 6.
Okay, so man, I think I would have to switch again in no particular order. I'm switching LT and Emmitt for sure. I mean, the dude still. I mean, dude, you don't rack up those yards on accident.
You don't, right? But
I mean, he played a few years, obviously.
What's the longevity is not even the argument.
You're right. No, I just mean like I know that's going to tack on some garbage.
What is the argument with Emmitt?
What do you mean?
He played behind probably the highly regarded as the best offensive line to ever be assembled.
Right.
You take those 5 running backs and put them behind Larry Allen.
But you're already admitting
Eric Williams.
Yeah, I mean, but you're already admitting that he's talented by putting him at 6.
He is. You
right.
You can't ignore.
So if he doesn't have that line,
I don't think he's definitely not the record holder.
Right.
He's okay. You can put him on any one of those teams for the other 5.
Right.
And he doesn't break the record.
Like talent-wise, he's a step under them.
You can't.
That's what you're saying.
With Emmitt Smith, you can't deny some of that was Emmitt Smith.
Right.
Because I've seen him get into a huddle of guys.
Right.
I remember a game specifically, the Atlanta Falcons.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
It's Jones.
Number 2. Yeah.
And he probably had 5 or 6 guys around him. I didn't even see Emmitt anymore.
Right. And pop out the back.
And then somehow he popped out the back and scored.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Emmitt. That's not the line.
Right.
Now, running backs can do that.
Right. But if you're saying to the line, let's just say even you give him going past that first level to the second level, that's already 5 yards, right? It's 5 yards to carry, and the rest is him.
Right.
So I get the argument, but that's a lot of yards to ignore, man, to put him at 5,
It is a lot of yards to ignore, but he got longevity too.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
That was back, you gotta
I actually think his longevity works against him.
I don't, because if Emmitt Smith was playing today, he's only getting 4 or 5 good years.
Right. That's because of his size.
The lifespan of a running back in the NFL is like 3 or 4 years.
Right.
3 or 4 seasons. Now you got oh man, I might push him back to 7.
Oh, why?
Adrian Peterson.
That dude's a beast.
Yeah. But you got guys like him who are going to be an exception to the 3 or 4 year lifespan rule.
Right.
Like Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
I feel like Le'Veon's going to be good for some years.
Yeah, if he plays years.
I feel like Saquon's going to be good for some years.
I'm excited to watch him, actually.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be good. Now, that's the debate now that I like having at work is Todd Gurley, and I'm putting them in order. Todd Gurley, Saquon, Zeke.
As far as top 3 active running backs.
Now, and
who's number 1?
And let me preface this with, I'm giving Todd Gurley 4 weeks into this season. If he falls off, I'm pushing him back.
Yeah, I'm already pushing him back because I'm anticipating that from Todd Gurley, honestly.
But I want to see it first.
Okay.
Because Todd Gurley, When Todd Gurley was at Georgia, he messed his leg up.
Yeah.
Or was it he blew his knee out, right? Or blew both his knees out at Georgia, something like that.
Right.
And he's still he's still considered one of the best in the game right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's also playing with the Rams, which we know that line is not, he's not playing against the same line, playing with the same line as Emmett did.
Right.
I mean, that's not helping him at all.
But I was telling them at work, okay, I'm gonna give him four games. If he's sucking it up, okay, I'll put him at 3 and I'll move Zeke up.
Yeah.
I don't like Zeke.
But you don't like his personality or him as a running back?
I don't like his personality.
I don't either.
And personality carries a lot of weight with me when I actually like
ranking?
a player. When I actually like a player, if I'm going to be a fan.
Right.
I don't care that Dennis Rodman was the best rebounder of all time.
Right.
Dude
he was a clown.
He was a clown.
Yeah, right.
And so I don't like him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this dude don't know how to behave like an adult.
Right.
So I don't like him.
I'm the same way. I base my tolerance level as far as like what I deal with from a player based on their talent, so I'll kind of weigh out, the pros and cons kind of thing.
Right.
And Zeke is getting to that point. And I don't know if I take it harder because I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm like, dude, you're messing with my squad. You know what I mean?
Right.
With Zeke on the team, we're not winning a Super Bowl this year, but that's irrelevant. You know what I mean?
But here's my thing. I'm gonna say something nice about Zeke. That's not his fault.
Right. No, and it's not. But
y'all's quarterback is cheeks.
Yeah. Man, you know what? Oh gosh, I can't believe
that dude turned down $30 million a year asking for 40.
Yeah.
And the Eagles fans have started a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, I saw
to raise the money so that y'all could keep him.
Yes.
We want Dak in Dallas.
Yeah, dude.
We love Dak in Dallas.
And you know what? Me and my dad had this discussion where...
Actually, time out.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him Dak no more.
You calling him Rain?
His real name is Rain. Is Rain Dakota.
You said Rain wants $40 million.
Rain.
I thought somebody posted like, man, Dak wants $40 million. I want what he's smoking. And dude, when I saw that, I was at work and I was heated, dude. I was heated.
He should have signed that contract right then and there.
Yeah, for $30 million.
$30 million.
Because that's 3 times what he's worth.
Right. And it's funny because now everybody's posting the GIF of that throw where he's going to throw.
Yeah, it's like falling out. Yeah. It's like $40 million throw.
Here's a $40 million throw.
Yeah, man.
But I'm seeing all my Cowboy fans, all my Cowboy fan friends on ESPN, pages and Dallas Cowboy pages just killing this dude. And I'm like, man, it was just like 2 years ago y'all were crowning this dude the next coming of whoever, Troy Aikman.
No, I mean, he obviously had a good rookie season.
Yeah.
So maybe he's got the talent in there somewhere. I think it's hard to even pay attention to what he's saying because he's got Jerry Jones so far up his butt that it's hard to.
But they're also trying to feed you, and ESPN put a something up on TV the other day, and it was most wins in the past. He's been here 3 seasons, right, Dak?
Right.
But he's got the second most wins in those 3 seasons.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you're riding Zeke's coattail on those 3. Dude, that is not Dak Prescott.
Right.
Now, once he got Amari Cooper last year, Amari made Dak look good.
Right, he did.
And I'll say it like this: Amari bailed Dak out a lot.
He did.
So
the dude could run routes, too,
right?
For one,
the dude's catching a 3-yard slant and taking it to the house 80 yards.
Right.
This
is what Mario brought up,
and this is where I agree with Mario.
Yeah.
Why does that go on the quarterback stat, and why is Yak not a more prominent stat?
It's because you'd have to differentiate between who did the work, because when I was playing devil's advocate with arguing with Mario too, saying
we love arguing with Mario.
Oh, I know.
We need to get him on the show.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was arguing with him today about the whole spending money vacation thing.
Jesse's such a troll, dude.
Yeah, I love it. I was with Jesse on this one.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
but
maybe that's things broke people say. I don't know.
Our listeners would hate Mario.
I hope. He said, I hope. I'm going to bring Mario on the show so that way everybody hates him.
So that everybody I know can understand why I call him Stupid Mario.
Yeah. You know what we need to do is wait until we get the deal for the graphics to put up the picture of Mario At the airport.
that I took at the airport.
Oh, man.
Dude, actually, do you see this right here?
Yeah.
I need to just put one up.
There you go. Just of
I need to get it this big, though.
That's amazing. Dude, yep. That's awesome.
Maybe I'll sneak it into the teaser.
Yeah.
To the teaser this week. Not even mention Mario, but sneak that picture in somehow.
Oh, my God.
But, hey, real talk, though. Love Mario.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He is a good dude.
He's a real good dude.
Yeah.
He's a bigger internet troll than Jesse.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Dude, I love football.
Yeah.
I don't love it as much as baseball, but I could still sit and talk about it for hours upon hours upon hours.
I could too, man. I think my wife doesn't feel the same way. I mean, she knows come football season, I'm from 11 a.m. to 10:30, 11 o'clock at night after the night game.
Well,
I'm glued.
I'll tell you like this, man. I'm trying to say it in a way not to get anybody in trouble. If I'm on my off days on Sundays,
Yeah.
you got a spot on that couch, man. Just come hang out.
I'm down with that. Bring the kids, I can get a little.
Yeah. We can set the kids up, over here with the video games or whatever.
Let them mess up Riley's room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They can do that. But if I'm on my off days, man, come on, we can do something. But also, real quick, we're about out of time. We're right at an hour.
Nice.
Last week we did the top 50 list, and we mentioned Riz and Jizza should have been on the list, and I failed to mention, and it's disrespectful of me to leave Big L off that list. Never heard of him?
Nope.
Okay, so he might be one of the best battle rappers.
I like battle rappers.
Like beef rappers.
Yeah.
Freestyling. Go listen to Big L.
Really? I like battle rap. I mean, just in general.
I don't like battle rap today. I like battle rap back then.
Yeah.
Like when it was actual.
Seemed like everything was better back then.
When it was actual put to beats and whatever. Because now they got these battle raps and it's cut to beat. That stupid dude on Wild 'N Out Conceited.
Yes.
Like he's supposed to be one of the best battle rappers in the world or whatever. He's trash.
He's trash.
He's Cheeks, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's so funny.
What wasn't Cheeks what Jazz was saying? Like everything.
Buns,
Yeah.
right?
My bad, Jazz. Buns. We need to get Jazz back.
I was gonna say we do buns.
Hey, look! Every time I have a guest spot when you're not here, Jazz gets mad.
Why? What do you mean?
Because I didn't call him to come.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
He loves being on the show.
Yeah.
I could tell when we did the Father's Day episode, he was a little nervous because he was a little standoffish or whatever, and I kind of had to
bring him in,
pull the conversation out of him or whatever.
Right.
But that episode that we didn't get to air because the quality was so horrible.
Right.
Oh, dude, he was in it.
Who was that? Was that us four?
Yeah, it was
us four, right?
Yeah, it was me, you, Jason, and Jazz.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
And it was when Jazz.
I was upset about that.
Yeah, I was upset. We need to get Jazz back here,
right,
and do that episode again. It was the most overrated things.
Yeah.
And I love ruffling feathers. That's my favorite thing in the world. But
I'm always down with that.
Absolutely, and most of the time, you'll agree with me. But when you don't agree with me, you're not going to fight me.
Yeah.
I want people to be angry with things I say.
Just to argue with you?
Yeah. I don't even want to. No. Like I want to say things to a point where they don't even want to talk to me.
What if we get somebody to walk out? You know what I mean? You're just like, you know what? I'm out. Hit the mic. Bounce. I'm out of here, man.
I turned that off forever.
Yeah.
Like, I did it.
Hang him up. Ended up on top.
Yep, did it. And I did what I want. I don't need Mike Tyson on this show. I got somebody to walk out. Maybe it'll be Mario, but
I doubt it.
Nah, it won't be Mario.
Yeah.
He'll stay here for 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But anyways, man, we're out of time. Y'all go like, subscribe, share. Tell your mothers about us. Have you told your mother about us?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I even told him today that I was going to come do it.
You told him, you told your mother we love mothers?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I forget, what I did forget to do is tell my dad he was a geezer.
Tell him, hey, do it like this. Tell Steven Seagal fanboy
Yeah.
that Adam's son called him a geezer. Dude, that's his favorite word now.
Is it geezer?
Yeah. That is Riley's favorite word now is geezer.
I'll tell him.
He may have called me a geezer since I've taught him that. So he may have called me a geezer.
Yeah. I mean, you have some geezer tendencies, I'm sure.
Dude,
we're getting old.
Dude, if I took this headband off right now,
Yeah.
you'll see my gray starting to come in, so I feel like a geezer. But anyways, like, subscribe, share. One last thing. Y'all see my shirt, The Crew. Special shout out to the Murph. That dude is the coolest little guy. I watch all the videos and pictures that Wes posts.
Right.
That dude's cool.
That's so funny.
And so I think Adam's going to be a big supporter of the Murph's baseball career.
I like that, the Murph.
Yeah. I hope these shirts that Wes is getting for me, has a name on it, because I'm going to let him put the Murph on all the shirts that I can.
There you go.
But anyway, shout out the Crew. But like, subscribe, share. 40 Ounce the Great. Gotta go start checking him out again. We're not mad at him. Top of the Dude Chain. Average Joe's Media. Think you don't care about. Go listen to them. And until next time, we're out of here.
Peace.